Hi, welcome to my video on finding the equation of a sinusoidal function from a graph. This is part one of finding the equation. Find the equation of the curve for each starting point. So we have a graph here, and we have a D, E, F, G, I, J, and L. So we're going to find the equation for these different starting points. But the only thing about that is that each starting point, a starting point could be a cos curve or a sine curve. So, but what stays the same no matter how we name this curve, what equation we write it, the sinusoidal axis is always the same, the amplitude is always the same, and the value of b or the period is all the same. So let's work out the sinusoidal axis. The sinusoidal axis goes to the middle, splits the curve into two parts. The sinusoidal axis is y equals 2. So that means that k is 2. The amplitude is the height. So from the sinusoidal axis up to the maximum is 2. So note, from sinusoidal, no, not 2. Let's count right here. 1, 2, 3. So the amplitude is a 3. And the amplitude, it could be 3 up, or it could be, notice, 1, 2, 3 down. So the amplitude is always positive. So that means that the amplitude is the absolute value of A. So that means that A can be a positive 3 or a negative 3. And the positive 3 or a negative 3 means that sine could be going up to be positive. Sine could be going down, it's going to be negative. Cos is the reverse. If cos goes down, it's positive. If cos goes up, it's negative. Remember, sine is up positive, so cos is down positive. Sine is down negative, so cos is down just the opposite. So if cos is going down, if sine is going down when it's negative, cos is going up when it's negative. So just keep that in mind. So the period is on the sinusoidal axis. So if I leave F and go one complete sideways S, from F to L is 180 degrees. So you can go from D to I to create one sideways S. To get negative 90 to 90 is 180. You can go from one max to another max. So this is a negative 45 to 135. 45 and 135 is 180. So as long as you complete one sideways S, or you complete one sideways C, it makes no difference. The S or the C, one complete sideways C, will give you the period. And if you have the period, then you put the period in. The period is 180 degrees equals 360 degrees over B. So cross multiply. That means 180 B equals 360. So if you divide by 180 degrees, you can see that B is going to be 2. So K is constant, the amplitude 3 is constant, and the B is constant. So if I take the equation and write it right here, y equals 3. Now, and I don't know if it's going to be a sine or a cos yet, but I got a 2, and I have, don't know where I'm going to start. So these 3 are consistent. These 3 will be, again, there's the amplitude of 3, there's the B of 2, and there's the sinusoidal axis at 2. So what I got to fill in now is the horizontal translation. Fill in as cos or sine, fill in if it's a plus 3 or minus 3. So here we go. But these numbers are always the same. 3, 2, bracket 2. So the phase shift. So we take D. D is phase shift of a minus 90. That means the equation will be a plus 90 because it's the opposite. And right here, if you start here, this is going up. So that's starting on the sinusoidal. If it starts on the sinusoidal, then it's a sine. So we got a sine curve. And because it's going up from D, that means it's going to go up. And that means it's going to be positive. So we got a plus 3. So I'm going to put the plus 3 there to show you, but we don't need the plus 3. So there's the first equation. So the next equation is going to have the 3, it's going to have the 2, it's going to have theta, it's going to have the plus 2. So we have to fill in E, the phase shift for E, that's 0 minus 90. This is a minus 45. So this is a minus 45 again. So this is a plus 45 because it's the opposite. And from E, it's a max, so it's a cos. And the cos is going down. And so sine is going up positive, cos is positive going down. So that's a plus 3 with a cos. F is 0. 0 degrees. And at F, we have, starts on the sinusoidal, so it's a sine. If it starts on the sinusoidal, all 4 of these will be the sine. E, G, and J will be cos. And that starting at F is going down here, so sine going down is going to be negative. So the equation is y equals negative 3, it's a sine, 2, and it's a 0, so it's theta minus 0 plus 2. So the equation is negative 3 sine 2 theta plus 2. And let's look at G. G is, again, these markings are all marked off in 45, so this is the positive 45. So that means, if you think about the equation, so we'll come to that, we have, again, the equation got a 3 and a 2, and it has this with the 2. So we got 3, 2, 2, as we said. We got a 3 and a 3, 2, 2. 45, when you start here, this is not on the sinusoidal, so this is a cos. And this is the cos going up, so cos going up, it's up. Cos going up is negative, so it's a negative 3. And 45, so it's theta minus 45 degrees. I is a 90. I goes, it's going on the sinusoidal, so it's a sine. Sine is going up, so it's going up from the sinusoidal axis, and that's a plus. So it's a, again, you got a 3, you got a 2, and you got theta in here. So we have 90, so it's theta minus 90. We got a sine, and the sine is going up, so it's a plus. I put the plus there just to show you. But the pluses are not necessary, the minuses are. Okay, J right here. J, that's 90, and so that's a 135. And it's from the max, so it's a cos. And it's going, cos is going down, so that's positive. Remember, sine going up is positive, cos is positive going down. Just keep that in mind. It's always the opposite. One is up, the other one is down. So y, so it's down is positive, so it's a positive 3 cos theta minus 135 plus 2. And the last one, L, that's 180. And at 180 is sinusoidal. And the sine is going down at this point to the right. So its sine is going down. So it's negative. So y. So we have a 3, we have a theta, and we have a 2. So we have a sine. 180 plus is a minus 180. And sine's going down, so it's a negative 3. So this one curve can have all these different equations, but they all represent the same curve. But the best one to do most times is the one that lies on the y-axis, right here, this point, because this is a 0. So if this is a 0, that means h is 0, so you just get theta. So this is 0 right here. You don't have to worry if it's plus or minus if you pick up the point on the y-axis. So that brings us to the end of this video. And again, if you like it, click on the like button. You're not a subscriber, click on the subscribe button. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. The content on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. And again, thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video was of some help to you. Bye-bye.